Okay, so today we're going to diagnose what went wrong. First thing we're going to check the battery. So, you're looking for corrosion and loose cables on your battery, and see that these are tightened all the way down. The ground's good and solid. That one's tightened all the way down, but you see how that's loose? So that's one or two things. Either this is the wrong size battery, or these clamps have stretched. So that's a fusible link right there, and that's still good. That would be blown open if it wasn't. So we're just going to test the battery, see if the battery is in good shape, and then we'll move on down the line. Okay, so I'm going to check the voltage on the battery first, just to make sure it's got good voltage, by setting my multimeter to DC 20 volts, black on ground, positive on red, and to about 2.2 volts. Looking for like 2.4 to 2.6, but 2.2 will work. So the voltage is good. Next we're going to test the battery. I'm just going to use a battery tester since the engine doesn't start. I can't put it under load any other way, but these will work. So I'll do a battery test. It's a standard flooded cold cranking amps 700, which it says right here on the battery. I had to look up what kind of battery it was. It doesn't say, unless it does and I just missed it, which is possible. Yeah, it's telling me I gotta hold the surface charge off, but I can't. So we'll just test it. See how many amps it has. It needs a little bit of charging. So that's fine. We'll pull it out of the car. We'll put it on a trickle charger while we test some other stuff, because I don't need power to do what I'm about to do. Okay, so what we found last time, this is the engine fuse box, and you can see there's melted plastic. That studs drop down, and you can really see the heat damage done to this terminal post and this cable as well. If you take this one off, you can see how nice shiny that metal is and how dull that is. So I know I had heat here. Heat's caused by resistance, so I'm thinking there was a loose connection here. Maybe that nut wasn't torqued down all the way. That's going to be a high suspect one. In addition to this cable, just kind of looking at it, that reddened, that's copper, and it kind of turned red. That's telling me that got hot too. I mean, obviously looking at that connection, it got hot, but I'm wondering if that cable's bad. This cable goes to the alternator, so I'm just going to put my multimeter on this and check the resistance of this cable. I'm going to replace it either way, because I don't want to run heat damage cable and have this happen again. May have to pull the alternator and get it bench tested. Make sure that's not the problem, but it's definitely, looking at this side and this side, like this is where the issue was. So heat's caused by resistance and something went bad in here. Well, we got forced inside due to the rainstorm, so I think we're at a good stopping point. We've got the battery on the trickle charger and it's going. I got new parts, got a fuse box. I did order new cable to go from the alternator to the battery, just because the previous one just showed signs of getting super hot and it's just too risky to run it. Even though it did test okay, it's just not worth that risk of having to do all this again, because we're gonna have to repin all this. So there's no easy way to get these out and transferred over to the car. The wiring harness, which is this was cut off the donor car. So my car, we're gonna have this, we're gonna have to depin all these from the existing fuse box and transfer them into this fuse box, which is gonna be time consuming. So that's gonna be its own separate video. In the meantime, hope you enjoy 4th of July for you Americans out there. It's 250th, so that's a big deal. And I will be getting some more video this weekend. My son's got a F-150. I took it to a mechanic shop, and they diagnosed it's a bad actuator door, or blender door. But they quoted them $1,500, and I'm not dogging on them for that. I know they have to make a living too, but for a $50 part and a little bit of know-how, I don't feel like donating that kind of money. So we're gonna work on that, and hopefully show you guys how to do that so you can save a little bit too, because that's pretty steep. All right, well, go fix something in the meantime.